back to the memorandum of understanding. The new one we want is a 20-year memorandum of understanding. So we have to give you a 20-year contract, and they say the $4 billion that we're giving them currently per year on top of everything else is not enough. And they started talking about $5 billion. So wait a minute now, $5 billion, 20 years. We're talking about another $100 billion we're going to borrow from China to give to Israel and then pay interest the rest of our lives.
And this is exclusive of, this does not include military obligations. So if there's another war, of course, we'll backstop it with missile defense or whatever, carriers in the region.
So, but because they got so much pushback, this is the first time I've ever seen the Israelis give an inch. All of a sudden, Netanyahu comes and goes, maybe 10 years. Maybe we taper it off, right? It's total bullshit.
Maybe go away and never come back.
Yeah. How about that? So look, I started a site, notanother.com. So what we're saying is, look, two things. One is, number one, if a congressperson takes money from Israel, vote against them. Okay. Now, why? Because we want our representatives to be our representatives. It's not an outrageous ask, it's a bare minimum ask, right? And happy to apply to any country, okay? But right now, Israel's the one giving to 94% of Congress. So there has to be some consequences.
I agree.
And so if you vote with Israel to give them another $1, we're going to vote against you. And you know what? You don't have to cross party lines. That's what primaries are for.
Yeah.
So if you're a Republican, you never have to vote for a Democrat. If you're a Democrat, you never have to vote for a Republican. Go into the primaries, and we're going to make two lists. One is, are you taking money from Israel? Okay, and that list already exists. You know, you have AIPAC tracker, et cetera. We'll put it up on the site so you can see, oh, these guys are taking money and these guys aren't. So when you see Tom Massey and he takes no money from AIPAC or any of the Israeli lobbies, you go, I might agree or disagree with Tom Massey, but at least I know he's honest and he represents us and not a different government. Okay. And the second thing we're saying is, did you give money to Israel? Or did you take money from Israel? And did you give money to Israel? So forget the past, because they all gave money in the past. Okay. We're fair, clean slate. But going forward, you vote one more time for another $1 to Israel, and you're never going to get our vote, ever. It's a solemn pledge. Okay. Now you could sign the pledges on notanother.com or operationconsequence.com, but it doesn't matter. Create your own website, create your own pledge, create your own movement, or join the movement. Say, hey, you know what? I don't want to go to those sites. I want to do it on my show. Great. I love it. Right. I want to do it in a right-wing way. Great. I love it. Left-wing way. Great. I love it. Okay. But you've got to get the representatives some consequences.
It sounds like democracy.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is.
So just inject the views of the people who own the government into the conversation about what the government should do?
Look, right now, 92% of Democrats say that what Israel did in Gaza was wrong. And that was before the election. And both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said, I don't care about my voters. I don't care about 92% of my voters. They couldn't have been any clearer. I'm going to serve Israel instead. Now, number one donor lifetime to Joe Biden is AIPAC. AIPAC gave Kamala Harris.
Is that true?
Yes. Over $11 million throughout his career. The Israeli lobby totally financed. Now,
$11 million just to Joe Biden?
Just to Joe Biden. Joe Biden's trademark thing in Washington was do whatever the donors tell you. That's why the one promise he kept was to the donors. Remember, he said to them, nothing will fundamentally change.